Hello, good morning. Can you all hear me? Because if you can, please type Y in the Q&A sections. Okay, good morning. My name is Ing Sing and I'm from InfoTrack. And today we're going to talk more about Agile series again. And of course, today's topic is extreme programming with ChatGPT. So this is a topic that actually is quite a high Q&A or frequent asked question from our audience for these few weeks. So today is very happy that we're able to invite Jane, where Jane is our speaker on recently few session, and she will share us more information about today's topic. And Jane, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Ing.
Yep, that's good. So I would like to pass the section to you.
Okay, sure.
Okay.
Thank you so much. Let me share my screen. So can everyone actually see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
Okay. I'm happy to have everyone today for my webinars. So I'm using Mandy.com for the entire sessions. So feel free to join me here. You can use your phone and scan the QR code that have shown on the screen, or you can type Mandy.com and enter the code show on top 24841727. So once you're in, you will see the picture. So we are going to start the sessions with this more relaxed photo. And then you can start to pin on whichever face that you feel now or today. Is everyone joined yet? Still joining? Can take some time. Yeah, I see one people join here. Oh, okay, there's a shock face. So I actually like to have a webinar on Friday because we are also near to the weekend. So whatever you learn or discuss in this an hour sessions over the weekend, you can think about that. You learn something and you can get ready on next Monday to your work instead of piling up. Okay, there's a best boss in the world here. And there's also some curious face. Yeah, that would be great. I hope you enjoy to use the Mentimeter because I think it's very interactive. It lets me to interact with you instead of I'm talking alone. So feel free to get familiar with the menti.com. So the entire sessions, once I sharing and you have a question want to ask, make use of the bottom right. There is a chat box icon. So you can type in your question over there. So some other people also can view the question if they have the same question in their mind. They also can vote on top of your questions. Okay. So we have 8 people here, but then we have 33 in the room. So I'm expecting more people join us so that you can get double fun instead of hear me talking, but also allow me to hear your inputs as well. So how about the rest? I can see there is many boss here. There's a too tired face. Is it because of Friday your work until Friday, that's why you feel tired? But we do have the public holiday on Monday and Tuesday, right? So I guess this week should be a considered shorter week. So anyone else joining? Okay, there are more boss here. So another boss join and pin on top of it. How about the rest? I'm actually good because I think some of you interest or curious and excited. I assume that face is excited face as well. That means you're curious to the topics. Okay. So no worries. I will going to move on to the next questions. Those who haven't joined, you can still join with the code. Let me check if the next one. Okay. So next question is I want to know about your role today or in the room, which role you are. And yeah, for those who haven't joined, You can still see my screen. There is a Mandy.com. Using the code, you may miss the first sessions, but no worries. Future my webinar, I will start with that if you like that way. Okay, we can see there is some developer here, some manager, some others roles, some scrum master, okay, some love and some thumbs up emoji, which I think you guys liked this way. Okay, so good to know. There's no tester here, surprisingly, because I expect some questions like, is extreme programming related to tester? I want to join and hear, yeah, then we can talk about that. So, okay, majority over here is a developer. We know that. And we have a manager and others roles and 2 Scrum Master here. Okay. So, okay, there are more developer. Okay. So after I asked about you guys, it's time for me to introduce myself. I'm Jane. Some of you may know me if you joined my last webinar. For those who don't know me, it's fine. I'm Jade. So I was a software engineer, and I'm also a certified Scrum Master and trainer for now. So now I work for Agile Mania and partner with InfoTrack so that we can have all these free sessions. So thanks to InfoTrack to share all this and provide the platform so that I can help the community as well. Okay, so I will going to continue with today's agenda. So in today's agenda, we're going to talk about what is extreme programming, XP, and also we will talk a little bit about the core practices, which is something you can start after these sessions. And then we also will talk about ChatGPT, and then I will do a little bit of demo, a short demo, so that you can get some prompt for your daily work. And last but not least is the wrap-up sessions. We will have the Q&A. Okay. So I'm going to continue to check about code quality. So I would like to know, what do you think? If you have the bad code quality product, what is the most affected area? Is it business revenue or demotivate the developers, the team, add more works, burnout, or time to market is shorter because poor code quality. There's a lot of bugs. The team is busy to fixing the bug. Lastly, of course, the customer satisfactions. They don't happy because the product, the software they use have a lot of issue. I can see 3 people voted for customer satisfactions. Yeah. And more for 5. Some is business revenue. Yes, because sometimes stand from a manager point of view. So it is not only more tech debt, but also impact towards the revenue. And for developer, of course, there are more bugs need to fix, more tech debt need to fix. Demotivated because the same things happen and happen again and again. But majority of us voted for customer satisfactions. I'm happy to see more people joining the Mandy. So I'm going to stop a little bit here so that more people can get more familiar with that voting. So yeah, we can still see the customer satisfaction, still the common things we thought will affect it. Okay. So later we will talk about that. No worries. So I will move on to the next. Actually happened on 2012. There's one incident from the Knight Capital Group incident. So it is more like a trading firm in the US. So they actually experienced a software glitch, which causing them lost 440 millions in just 45 minutes. And at the end is bankrupt. So this is one of the incidents to show how software error can bring to a company within a very short period. So the bug actually affected the trading algorithm. That's why they send out a lot of erroneous orders in the US stock market. Not sure if any of you heard of this. If yes, you can click the emoji at the bottom right so that I can see some similarity or common people here. Okay, so why this incident happened? Software glitch. What is the software glitch? So actually they have a deployment and it causing a legacy code known as Power Pack is being activated. So this old code actually is to test the market by sending out rapid buy and sell orders. So it's more like testing code. But then it activated and it already comment out for over 8 years. So it accidentally activated and then causing this all the orders in the not the correct orders. And it also show that one of the root cause is they don't have a proper testing because the software deploy without a fully tested before going live. So that's why causing all this. And then yeah, I see there's some questions. If you want to ask, you also can unmute yourself, or you can type the question over the Q&A part. So back to the topic. So they don't have a proper testing. That's why they cannot catch this this old code being activated. And lastly, is also uncaught error because the software is activate for 45 minutes before it was stopped. So there's no alert sent to the team or whatever. That's why floating the market with so much orders, which is inaccurate. Okay. So what happened after that? We know the root cause and the impact it bring is they have experienced the financial losses, which we mentioned earlier is 440 millions. So it almost the whole firm's capital. So at the end, they have to seek for the external funding to stay afloat for their company. And we also mentioned that the bug is to send rapid buy and sell orders. So that's why it impacted 148 different stocks to the market disruptions. So the stock market is no longer stable because of this incident. And of course, their reputation is damaged within a month. So at the end, they will take over by the Gecko firm. Okay. So what we learned from these incident lessons, which may not happen at your company, of course, but what we can learn from this incident is the code quality is important and the rigorous testing is critical. You need to take the necessary testing for entire code base before deploy to the live. So they fail to do this because they even didn't notice the old code is being activated. And of course, the automated system, you still need the human oversight because human is the one who can notice something's not wrong or not in order. And lastly is the financial and reputations cost of poor code quality. So again, the code quality is not limited to making more tech debts or operational inefficiency, but actually it can destroy the whole company. So especially in this case, their financial sector, so every second count, a small bug can lead to disaster consequences. Okay, so next, we already know about the importance of code quality. So let's discuss the common challenges. What problem do we face in achieving the good quality? So this is the question to you all. So you can think about that and then write it down. when you do your daily coding, facing some difficulties, like you don't understand the old code, or your team member is busy to work on themselves and you can't get help from senior, or you're afraid to talk to others because you don't want to be judged. Yeah, all this is also could be the challenges for you. I'm expecting some input, so you can think that, and then this stuff. No worries, it's anonymous. At the end, I will know who is typing which answer. So yeah, safe in using the Mandy. So developers, we have a lot of developers here. What is your common challenge? Or the team member too genius, you cannot catch up their speed? Or from manager perspective, what is the common challenge? The team's too slow, or the team not focused, they're distracted. Or how about Scrum Master? Do you think maybe sometimes you're unable to know the insights of the product because you are not the one who write the code, right? So I totally understand that sometimes Scrum Master are unable to like dive in deeper with the team and causing some challenges when you deal with your team members. You will thought you are the bossy. Okay, so there's a best practices. Also, one of the common challenge, yeah, you always look for the best practices to improve the team process and also the coding. Security, yeah, security definitely is a main issue because anything happens, the product get hacked or some security leakage, breach to your customer data is very serious. No comment and structure, I would assume this one is more related to code review or structure opinion from your peers or from your seniors. Integrity, okay, they optimize code. So also have a challenges on debugging. Yeah, sometimes you don't understand the code. That's why it leads you to spend more time just to debug and find out what happened. No proper documentations. Yeah, I can understand that. I can relate. Yeah, the legacy code is hard to understand. Yeah, the flow could mess up. Yeah, there's a lot of code issue here. Yeah, don't have the standard practices. So even in your daily coding process, you also have difficulty to understand what your stakeholder wants. So it's hard for you to make some decisions because you don't know what they want, right? Yeah, all this I can relate that because I've been in that position. Yeah, validations, you need that for your product to safely guard it. You need some automated tests. Small team. So small team means maybe you cannot deliver too many things. Is it that also challenge? Obsolete infrastructures. Yeah, sometimes you don't know how to get rid of that part. It can take up to years just to remove some part of the product. Yeah, I can relate that. Thanks for all the inputs. So now we understand everyone's common challenge. And it actually also lead to this topic called extreme programming. So it's not ask you to be the extremist, too crazy to do the programming, but it actually is a agile software development methodology. So it helps to emphasize customer satisfaction, teamwork, flexibility, collaborations, and code quality. So all this is been mentioned in earlier challenges. Okay, so all this we are going to cover in today's sessions. We will focus on the core values, which actually make this happen, and some principle which you can start to work on. And let's start. Feel free to ask questions whenever you have. Okay, I'm going to start with these 5 values. So those are heart of XP, Extreme Programming, which guiding the team how to collaborate and even make decisions. At the end, it can help the teams to deliver the software, which is valuable and maintainable over time. Okay, I will start with communications. So we have to admit that communication is very essential to ensure everyone is on the same page. And whether you can do it through your daily stand-up or even do it in pair programming, which 2 people sit together and look at the code. So it actually values the consistent and clear communications. We don't want to assume. I assume you understand this common sense, which I always heard, but we do understand. Clear communications can avoid a lot of misalignment and also encourage the team to work better together. Okay. And then next is the simplicity. So simplicity here means focus the current problems. We don't go to over engineering. Okay, so we just want to do enough to meet current needs instead of look for perfections. Okay, because if we focus on current needs, which allow the team have the flexibility if the project grows along. Okay, and also the team can deliver faster and with fewer defects because you are focused on small things. And then the third one is the feedback. Feedback also is important in extreme programming, whether it's from stakeholder, you want to collect feedback from them, or you want to have the continuous feedback from your peers, for example, code review, so that the team able to identify the issue early and can do some corrections so that the product can align with customer needs and technical requirements. Okay. And I understand all this value is not easy. That's why we need to have courage in extreme programming. So courage here is also talking about taking the bold steps, whether it's a refactor the old code, old monster code, or addressing the blockers. So the team actually are encouraged to challenge the assumptions and try the best to tackle the issue early to maintain the health of the code. Okay. Lastly, of course, the respect. It is the foundation of collaboration in XP. So every team member's contribution is valuable, no doubt. And extreme programming promote a culture of trust and psychology safety. So this can help to create the environment that everyone feel comfortable, even you can raise a concern and sharing ideas. Okay, up until now, any questions? No? Okay, so I'm going to move on to the next one. It's about the 14 principles here. So I'm going to do it quick because time constraint. So I will start with the humanity. So in XP, actually is respect the human side of the development. So we have to admit that human make mistake. So we're going to make the mistake and we are going to create the process or do more improvement on top of the mistake so that we can learn from it. So humanity part also like pair programming or you do some ownership on top of your code. Also, what is the also is the things that relate to humanity. Okay, so next one is the economic and mutual benefits. So extreme programming focus on delivering the highest value at the lowest cost. So the principle of mutual benefits also ensure everyone, not only stakeholder, but also customer, developers, all in wins. So the team going to collaborate to deliver what's the best for the business and the users. And then the next is improvement and self-similarity. So improvement is the continuous process. You need to keep doing it, even through the feedback or anything you can get communication, whatever, and also you learn from it. And self-similarity is we are going to apply what is worked before so that we can continue doing it and build on top of the past success. And then we have a diversity and reflections over here. So we going to diversity is the part we want to appreciate different viewpoints so that the team members can raise their innovation ideas. And reflections, of course, is the team have to always step back and review your process and anything you can improve so that you can continuous learning. And then floor and opportunity. So floor is maintain a sustainable pace without burnout. So if you're always OT, then you can try to apply this principle to have the sustainable, look for a way to have some sustainable pace, don't burn out. And opportunity, of course, is to embrace change as a chance to innovate. Okay, so with this principle, actually, it's allowed team to be more flexible and more willing to adapt to new challenges. Okay, and the next is the redundancy, failure, and quality. So redundancy means you want to have a backup method or alternate ways to solve problems so that the system can be robust even one small part is failed. So that's why you have a different automated test or any different QA process and so on. And failure is also something we have to keep in mind that it is not something you should fear of, but actually it is an opportunity to learn and innovate. So XP is actually encouraged to the team to embrace small failure before you get the large one later. Okay. And then quality is something you never want to compromise or sacrifice. Okay. So the team have to focus on maintain the high standards from the beginning so that you don't want to revert, you don't want to accumulating the technical debts. And last two is the baby step and accepted responsibility. Baby step is you just focus on making small manageable change to avoid the team burnout or overwhelm. And accepted responsibility is more like encourage everyone take ownership of their work so that you can create a sense of accountability. Okay, up until now, any questions? No? No, then I have questions. So the question is to you, what is the first word that come to mind when you think about extreme programming? Maybe you heard before somewhere. So now you can think about that. DevOps, okay, extreme programming, DevOps. How about others? Extreme programming. Do you think it have to be a crazy programmer or extremist? Or do you think something is not related to developers at all? It should be something the manager should take care, some procedure, some policy. So we have 37 people in the room. You can share your input because we don't know, different company have a different way to portray extreme programming. So this question also help to make us think about our understanding towards all this. As some people may told me like they never thought of extreme programming is part of Agile. So they just taught some different things. No more input. Okay, coding, new coding language concept, is it? Complicated. Okay, some people may think it's complicated. Actually, extreme programming is not that complicated because I hope after these sessions, you can have a different view because you know about the values, the principles. It could be more common sense for people like, yeah, of course you need to respect your peers, but in real life, things doesn't happen. But how do we enable all this to happen? So that's the topic we need to dive in the extreme programming, which is kind of cover all the things based on the experience. And also extreme programming exists before agile manifested. So that's why you can see some similarities of the principles and values here. Yeah, migration, maybe some people think extreme programming is the one way to do migrations. It actually not really, but it's more like a new way of working, especially for the team. Yeah, collaboration between developers, yes. No idea. Some people is no idea. I never heard before, like, what is the XP? So I hope after these sessions, you know what is the XP. Okay, so I'm going to proceed to the next topic, which is more on the XP practices. I'm not going in every bit of it because it's a big topic to cover, but I'm going to talk about the core ring, the inner ring. So inside there is a TDD, pairing, refactoring, and symbol design. So this is something you can have the keywords and you can search it, or you can study it after these sessions. So, or you can still start to doing it. So pairing is a practices of reviewing or collaboration on the technical level to do the knowledge sharing or do the innovations discussions. Okay. And then a symbol design, which is to teach the team to want to waste the efforts to over engineering. Okay, and then refactoring is refactoring on the old code, which you means do the improvement to your current code and refine it. And TDD is also one of the approach that ensure the quality is there, because you have to write the unit test first before you write the production code. So all this is also the core practices under XP. So after this session, people ask, is it XP is equal to TDD? Then you can explain, no, the TDD is part of XP. Okay. So if you have questions, okay, maybe I'll leave you to take a look on these pictures. And because the next question I'm going to ask, so you want to have something keep in your mind. The next question I'm going to ask, which is the XP practices do you think you can apply to your current team? Like pair programming, pairing, or you can start to write the unit test, which is the TDD, or you can start to refactor your code, which you want to continuous to improve the product quality. So you can think a while first. Then I will see what you have shared here. So I know some of you may take some time, like Jane asked so many questions. But I actually like this way because I hope my question give you different thoughts and you can immediately link or connect with your current practices. And after the sessions, it's something you can share with your team or something you can start doing on your own. Yeah. Improve code quality. Yes, you do understand the code quality, right? The importance of it. So for developers' job or tester job is so important. It's not only writing code, but the code quality, the work you produce actually affect the brand's reputations or your business. So don't underestimate your contributions. Writing a good code definitely is something we need to appreciate. Yeah, customer involvement. Yes, you want to collect feedback from stakeholder. You want to have the iterative developments. Yeah, there are some incrementals or sprint or iterations to do the small deliver the values. Yeah, you want to have testing? Yes, definitely. Not only unit tests, but integration tests or acceptance tests or UI tests or API tests, whatever automated tests you call it out. Collaboration, yes. Extreme programming, actually, it helps with the team collaborate. Sometimes the senior can sit together with the developers and of course not pointing fingers or judge the developer, but it's more like a discussions like, do you think this is a good idea? There's no judgment because built on top of the mutual benefits and also respect. So as senior also have to recognize the way you help the team members is actually also help the company and help themselves. So pair programming, yes. I actually learn a lot when I do pair programming, not only with seniors, but also some other peers. Sometimes we also learn a little bit of a shortcuts. For example, the Microsoft Visual Studio, you have a different way to open things. So when you do pair programming, you learn the tricks. So that's something I think is a very interactive way. Okay, I'm going to move on to the next one. So why today we are here? Why I talk about ChatGPT? Why not other AI? It is also because I'm doing some research in my LinkedIn profile. I asked my network what is the most heavily used AI tools in the coding work. So at the end, I got this. So majority is use ChatGPT. So I think this is very good topic for me to dive in and help everyone, make our life easier. So that's why ChatGPT. So I'm going to continue with this. First, we need to make it clear what is a generative AI and what is the prompt. So generative AI is more like the AI that can create new content like images, videos, or text. So ChatGPT is one of the example. And we have others like Gemini or GitHub, Copilot, and so on. So all of them are generative AI. So the input we provide to the AI is called prompt. So basically, we prompt it to respond. Okay, so the quality of the response you receive is heavily depends on the quality prompt you write. So it's a classic case, garbage in and garbage out. Okay, so now we clear. Okay, the next one is I'm going to do a little bit of a short demo on how I use this ChatGPT to do the extreme programming. Okay, so at Google, you can search by using chatgpt.com and then type the extreme programming. So I will also share my screen. So can you guys see my screen? I will share this. Can, right? Okay. So I will Google search this, and you can see it is under chatgpt.com, and this is the XP developer. So it is the same as ChatGPT, it's just that they are more focused on this topic, and it is created by this guy called Alex Torres, so that it can have more precise result or response towards these extreme programming topics. So I will share the prompt later after the demo. So no worry, you can take screenshot later. So now at least I can share a simple one so that you can immediately start work on it after these sessions. So if you can see my screen in my prompt, I will have this mention that I have a piece of code, and this square bracket is the place that I can reuse and insert later. And then I'm actually asking to write a set of unit tests by follow the TDD principles. So just now you heard of a TDD, but maybe you don't have a very dive in ideas into it, but this ChatGPT can help you. So this insert snippet is to replace over here. So on top of these few lines, you can actually reuse and just change the code here. So whatever language you putting in here, it will generate accordingly to the language of your code. So we will let it continue to share. Also, I need to emphasize over here, ChatGPT might not 100% right. We still need the human's involvement. So we're going to use ChatGPT more like a guide or the first idea help you in your work. Okay. So over here, you can see it's pretty detailed. It even share that you have to write the filling test first, and it has some example here, but it may not necessarily the best idea. So you still need to have human involvement, human creativity to adjust it. Okay. So over here, after you write the failing test, your test is failed because you don't have the add method, you don't have the add method with these parameters. Okay, so you cannot return any result. And then until you write the production code to write the add method to the class and run the test. And step 3 is just refactor and improve your code. So it also explains a little bit on the TDD process. You have to write the field test first, run it, and implement the simplest code here, and you have to refactor it. Okay, I think this way can give you more confidence when you deal with the legacy code. Okay, so the next prompt I want to share here is maybe you want to refactor your functions. So I will have this. Here's my current functions, and I can insert my code here. And then want you to refactor the code to make it simpler or more readable. Or of course, you can change it with your more specific prompt. And the insert function is the code you want to enter. So over here, I will share this. And see if you give you some advice, the link, you can use the link or the gut clause for the empty list. You want to make it more robust. But at the end, of course, it's still up to you to decide whether you want to take the suggestions. Okay. So up until now, there's a explanations. You can continue ask if any part you are not sure. And I'm going to share the third one. So, excuse me. So if you're facing some problem, you can describe in this prompt, and then so that you can ask the ChatGPT to help you, to guide you by using pair programming concept. So I address my problem here. I need to write a C# function that finds the second largest number in the list. So I can click it and see what it generates. So here it will share the steps here. So imagine the ChatGPT is more like your peers. And of course, there's no judgment. There's no stupid questions over here. So this is one of the benefits using AI. So all this explanation, I hope is useful for you. And I have the 4th and 5th prompts. I will let it generate first. So see, it's the very detailed steps, which sometimes your team member don't have time to go through all this with you. But again, I still appreciate sometimes when you collaborate with your peers, with your team members, it's different. Okay, so the next one is maybe you want to take care about the tech apps in the project. So you can get the ChatGPT helps also by provide some code base and some plan, especially you don't have any ideas how to start. Just now also some people mentioned, right? So I think this is a very good prompt. You can ask even you can get the objective. So you don't want to this happen, that happens. So this is the refactoring plan. And you can propose to the team or propose to your managers. It will take some time. I do know that ChatGPT have a limit prompt daily. I think every 3 hours or I'm not sure, but always check with ChatGPT. It is free. What I'm showing you is free version, which you also can use it later. So just be mindful about the limitation. So it's very detailed steps here. So see it at the end also, like they will ask, would you like to proceed with this or you want to have a different ways? Okay. So the last prompt I'm going to share, if just now you do realize from the practices, the core practices, there's a planning game, one of the elements. So maybe this one, you can get the ChatGPT help also to explain it more detail. So this is also one of the prompt, especially if you want to do the quarterly planning or some new features you need to brainstorm. So yeah, this is one of the useful prompt. So I've shared these 5 prompts. If you think something you can use, not only for developers or manager, you can also share to your teams. Later, I will screenshot that. I will share the screen, then you can screenshot with this 5 prompt. So even here, it have the breakdown with a story point. So of course, this you don't take it accurate because it still depends your team maturity on the code speed or the complexity. But this at least is something you can take as reference. Okay, so demo done. Let me share the prompt. So feel free to screenshot if you think it's useful, because I do know sometimes you may think it's very common prompts I can use or I can search later, but it's up to you because sometimes you want to recall and you found it nowhere. So it's better you do a screenshot here. Okay, done screenshot. Then I will move on to the next one. So after you learned what I explained with the AI tools like ChatGPT, so how do you think this can help you using ChatGPT and extreme programming in your development process? Is it shorter time, or do you think it's less judgment? For example, you don't want to get criticized by your peers or by your seniors. You don't get the harsh feedback sometimes. So I think the ChatGPT, there is no stupid question for ChatGPT. So yeah, how do you think? Can think first and see. Make it clear for GPT to understand my problem. Yeah. You can talk to them like your best assistant in the world, because this assistant, no emotion. They can tell you something direct. But again, I have to emphasize, it is not 100% accurate with the result. So you need to always check and take it as reference, not take it as answer, and don't overly rely on it. Yeah, debugging and troubleshooting. Sometimes you need different sides of opinions or area you don't want to miss out. So I think ChatGPT definitely helped. Quick response, yes. It saves time. It helps to optimize code. it also help with UAT. Yeah, definitely. Quick response sometime, yeah, you need to wait for other people to available to join in the call and do pair programming with you. But ChatGPT, it can solve your first level of problem before you reach out others. And less time to search, more options can help to understand code. Yes, just now we have a lot of common challenge can understand the legacy code, right? So ChatGPT can help to explain. Can't help as it's too heavy, make it simple will help out, is it? Yeah, can't help, it's too heavy. So what I understand over here is your product is too heavy and it's very hard for you to get ChatGPT involved unless you want to refactor your code into more simple. So yeah, in principle, you upload all your code to ChatGPT, but what you can do is you can start from small. Remember the principle we mentioned just now, baby steps. So start with small problems. I understand the whole product is very heavy, the process is complex, and everything is messed up, but you can start with small things and see how to continue expanding. Yeah, code reviews and best practices. Yes, you can always ask for the advice. And yeah, not only ChatGPT, you can also use Gemini. Okay, more input? No? Okay, so I will move on to the next one to ask questions. So if any of you have questions, this is a Q&A sessions. So is any of you like think of, is it extreme programming is very hard to apply or is only suitable for big team or small team? You can have all these questions. So you can think about that. We have 7 minutes left, it's fine. So if you're rush out for lunch, so you can watch back the recording. I think InSync or InfoTrack will prepare that.
Yes, you're right. There will be a recording upload to YouTube, and of course, that for you all that join us, right, there will be a thank you email to you all, and of course, the YouTube link will be there as well. Jane, actually, there's a question from the floor. Maybe I read it to you. So it's from Mr. Rama. So the answer sounds like I observed that courage and respect are part of Scrum value too.
Yes.
It looks like both frameworks share the two. Is it right? This is a question from the audience.
Yes, because actually XP is come first before Scrum. So it is way earlier. It is invented by, created by Ken Beck, also one of the Agile manifestor. So after you have the Agile framework, then you have Scrum and so on. So all this is part under Agile. That's why I say under Agile, you can see the similarity with all the principle and values. Maybe sometimes they use different terms, but at the end is a link back to the same meaning. Yeah, I hope I answered the questions. Is there any other questions? Yes.
Seems like it's the only one from the team, so maybe perhaps that they already asked from the mentee side.
So if there's no questions, either I explain it well, or you guys haven't have different thoughts. So maybe I also share a little bit about like, is the tester, because I get questions before, is it the tester can be involved in extreme programming or is only for developers? So yes, definitely XP can include tester. So developer is writing unit tests in TDD to validate the small pieces of each code, but the tester is going to focus on acceptance test and broader system testing. Okay, so this is the questions. So far, based on, okay, I got another question. So far, based on your experiences, is there any limitation from ChatGPT when you are utilizing it for XP? Yes, definitely. Like I say, there's some part you can learn from human, which you cannot learn from ChatGPT, like the small tricks or how you open your software or your product or your tools, even like a Microsoft Visual Studio. So ChatGPT never can replace a human. Okay. So, and also the time you spend with the peers is also cannot replace by the time you spend with the ChatGPT. So you actually build the collaborations and relationship with your team members if you do it pair programming with them together. And ChatGPT, like I say, is limitation is I think memories, and also it only allows up to 30 message if you use the free version for every 3 hours. 30 or 40 message. So this one you have to always check them. And I think they have the memory limitation as well. Okay. So I think I have answered that questions. So do you have any concern on data privacy? If you use the ChatGPT, for your work, and you have concern on the data security, especially against your company policy, so you may have to consider, because they are going to take your prompt or your data to do training. So it may not expose your code, but it will keep into their sites. So you have to always check. So if you have this concern, I think you have to rewrite your code in more generic way before you ask the ChatGPT. Okay, so I hope I answer your question. And how XP and DevOps collaboration works. So XP is one of the topic, and DevOps will be different topics. They are totally different things. DevOps is more on using different tools like Jira or Azure. So they have different part and principle and values. So extreme programming more on some practices you can change. Okay. So is there any other questions?
Yeah, Jane Ing here. There's another one from the floor, from Mr. Chow. Can ChatGPT read data from file or CSV file?
Sorry.
Okay, the question sounds like, can
Okay.
ChatGPT read
Can.
data from Excel or CSV file?
I think this one you have to try, but last try I did have is I think Excel, yes, and also PDF file. I did when I use the ChatGPT, I did upload both of this file. So CSV, you may need to try it by yourself and see if it can produce or generate the result that fits your needs. And also they will keep evolve and grow, because when they do more training to the ChatGPT, so it could be handled or improved better over time. Okay. So data concern answer, can ChatGPT. Okay, this one also answer, and then this one I also answer. So based on experience, okay. So I have answered 4 questions up until now. Okay, so if you don't have a question now, but later, no worries. You can still ping me over LinkedIn, or you reach out InSync or InfoTrack, which I will share the contact details later. So, or you directly approach me in the LinkedIn. I will happy to help you answer some questions. No shy. Okay, so we almost time, and there are a few things I want to check with you, because your feedback is valuable for me. And this one I also will share at my LinkedIn, so that I know whether my topic is something that useful for you, or the topic is something that you have already know before this. Yeah. Or you like my way of sharing the XP, or you think I speak too fast or something. So feel free to share me the feedback. No worries. We have 4 people. I'm happy that majority of you think it is useful. So yeah, I hope it's give a refresher if you already know about XP before these sessions. Yeah, because the webinar sometimes is not only me to telling the story, but it's more for us to gather here and identify the common challenge. Not only you, but other developers or other team or other managers experience the same. So it gives you a better insights, which you are sometimes you are not able to get from your team. Everyone says good, but how good you are. So I think webinar is very good opportunity for you to ask questions and reach out to different people. I'm going to get more people joining. We have 30 plus people in the room, is it? Some of you is already close the Menti. Okay, so thanks for your input. And the next one is questions. I would like to invite you to close your eyes and recall the past hours. What is your biggest takeaway from the sessions? So the things have to come to your mind after you heard all this, or you already forget everything. Yeah. Give you some time to think about that. ChatGPT somehow makes it a bit easier to learn. Yeah, some of you, if you haven't tried out ChatGPT, because I do understand some company already provide GitHub Copilot, which is slightly different with a ChatGPT. Yeah, then I hope today's session can give you some idea if you want to try on. Yeah, the extreme programming, at least you know what is XP, right? Exposure and ideas on using AI. Okay. So if any of you have more ideas or any topic you would like to know in future, also please let me know. Yeah, other functionality in ChatGPT. Yeah, other than ChatGPT, there is a different GPTs. So at your top left of your ChatGPT, there is a difference. So I use it for different purpose. Even sometimes I write the social media post, I use different. There's a copywriter. Yeah, even TDD also have their own difference. So I test it out. The response indeed is different than the general ChatGPT. That one is ChatGPT 4.0. So it's definitely different. So you can have different insights lah. Understand concept of the XP. Yes, I hope you can also start to apply with your peers. You can start with one people, share to someone in your team that willing to start with this. Then why not, right? Is sometimes it's very easy to start something when you get the same planet people. Any more? No? Good. Okay.
You might need to reshare your screen.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so can see my screen now?
Okay.
Okay, so I would like to ask if you want to know more about the extreme programming, because I will have another one-day training, which is more focused on dive into the extreme programming concept. So because now is we have the time constraint, so I cannot cover too much. But in the workshop, one-day workshop, it will be more helpful and useful knowledge and skills to share in the sessions. So if you are interested, I can see there is a lot of yes here. So if you're interested, later I will share about the training. So you can also take screenshots and reach out InfoTrack or Ensing or Jaslyn so that they can assist you, because it is a HRD claimable sessions, which you can approach the HR or your manager to get it if you think this is something you can learn and bring back to your team. Yeah. So I'm happy to see majority of you if you want to improve further. So you can take this screenshot to this. This is about the 1-day training. And the first date happen is 3rd of October. If the dates not fit your schedule, you rush out for project or you cannot make it, no worries. Reach out to InfoTrack or Ensing. They can assist you for your availability date. Okay. So other than 3rd of October, we can have a different class, which also can be done by me or done by my colleagues from Germany. Okay, so other than that, I think at the beginning, you guys see the video keep looping, right? That actually is related to this Agile Day. So Agile Day Malaysia is going to happen at the November. So there's also early bird special because I asked Insane, can I get some promotion price to my audience for the webinar who participate my webinar? So they say, why not? So they share me this. So feel free to reach out them or scan the QR code. So for myself, I will be in the Agile Day. I'm also one of the speaker. There's 4 tracks. If you watch the videos earlier, there's 4 tracks available. I will be in the technical agility tracks. So which I also use AI topics to talk about how to do the TDD process. Okay. So feel free. Also screenshot this. I will share the contact details on next. So you can reach out them, WhatsApp them. And I also will pass back to Ensing to share further.
Okay. Thank you very much, Jane. Thank you for the fruitful session to all the audience. And of course, yes, thank you very much for sharing the Agile Day. Yeah, guys, actually that this Agile Day is going to happen on 13th of November. And this will be our 3rd event from last year until this year. The past 2 events actually we had in the conference in Agile, right, is we managed to invite a lot of leaders, speakers to share their experience throughout their Agile throughout journeys. And last but not least, Jane also will be invited as well to our coming Agile Day, which is going to be on 13 November. And she will have 25 minutes to 90 minutes to share you all what she know about the extreme training, also the TDD. So feel free to reach out to our salesperson or even screenshot the QR code that Jane shared just now. And they will be good for you to join us to hear from the leaders, hear from the industry people like banking, oil and gas, airlines, or even some overseas speakers as well, on their journeys. What is the do and don'ts when they try to transform their organizations toward agile methodologies? Okay, so this is the last thing that I would like you all to help me is do let us know your review about our activities, because that Jane has been helping us to do this kind of webinar, I think not less than 2 sessions already. And definitely we need to have more coming up. Do let us know how can we improve on this webinar in terms of direction or topic. And definitely we are looking forward to see you all very soon on our next coming event. Okay, so Jane, thanks again for your sharing. It is going to be very fruitful for just now. And hopefully that we can have your time again on the next summit meeting. Thank you, Jane. Have a nice day.
Thank you everyone for your time as well.